What do you think when you tune in to the biggest breakfast show on TV and you see 4 beautiful women smiling at you?
Seriously, what do you think? And how does it make you feel? We know how it makes us feel. Like we are going to have a good time.
Yeah.
And hopefully a little girl out there understand that there is no limitation to what she can do. All right?
There's no limitation to what MM can do. There's no limitation to what Choco can do.
That's right. See them.
Good morning, beautiful ladies.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay.
Good morning.
There's
Good
always a
morning
different energy
to
on Wednesday.
you. Yeah.
It just feels like we're in control. Yes.
I hope everyone in the studio can feel the electric wave.
Feel it in the air.
It shocked you.
I love your jumpsuit. It looks
Thank you
amazing.
so
Yeah.
much.
Your
Thank you
top.
for my
Oh my
birthday
gosh.
gift, Mary.
Yeah. Happy
Shady
birthday
some
again.
Thank you so much for coming, Titi.
You know, it's funny
Can we go
because
before this
even
thing
if I had a
Oh,
birthday present,
oh,
it's not happening.
Wednesday on Wake Up
Anymore.
Nigeria this morning. When women come together, they make things happen. We are unstoppable. So you better be prepared to be wowed.
Yes.
Yes.
Another W word out there. Wow.
Wow.
Wow. That's
Wonder
two.
Woman Wow Wednesday.
Yeah. Wonder Women Wow Wednesday.
It's just one more word describing us, ladies of Wake Up Nigeria. And hey, you can go ahead and be part of our amazing day and try and brighten up someone else's day as well. We're geared up to spend 1 hour 45 minutes glued to you as you glue yourselves to your screen. My name is Titi Lyle.
And my name is Mary Bashua Alimi. You can stream the show live at tvcentertainment.tv and on Facebook at TVC Connect.
Yes, so send in those comments, contributions. Tell us how good we look on social media. Please, we love it. Use our hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC. You can also download our app from Google Play or iOS. You have unlimited access to all our shows on TVC.
Did. I've listened to loads and loads of songs by Praise.
Yeah.
But this one,
Yeah.
This song
is always number one.
Yeah.
Like he has some really crazy vocals on
Yes,
some songs.
yes,
but
he does.
every time I hear this song,
Yeah.
inspiration.
Yes, I was going to say it's inspiring, it's encouraging, it makes you
Yeah.
feel like you will get there. Like
Yeah.
you're going to do it.
Speaking of getting there, you
Yeah.
know, there was this post that was going around on social media. I think MM was the one that sent it out. There was a post that was sent out to parents
Yeah.
as schools were closing and they were about to send out the results for exams for their students. Basically saying that, you know, parents should not be too hard on their kids if they don't get good grades because you never know who's going to be a superstar and if the grades even
Yes.
matter in the first place.
No, the grades actually do. So this is not totally, you know, taking out the fact that you need an education,
Yeah.
you know, because it also gives you exposure,
Yes.
which is very key to function effectively in this climate. So get that education,
Yeah.
but don't be too hard on your kids. I think the idea basically is to make sure you encourage your kids regardless.
Yes.
Like there's something I always say to Elsie, as young as she is, and even now she wakes up in the morning and the first thing she says is, "Good morning, mommy. I'm beautiful."
Oh,
I'm
I'm sure
shocked.
Amen to choose.
Oh yes,
It's important.
Oh, but you know what? We're going to talk more about this during our coffee tea. So make sure you don't miss it. Right now, though, let's check out the weather today.
It's about time for the news updates on Wake Up Nigeria, and we start with this one. The Department of State Services says some criminals are planning to carry out violent attacks on public places, including key and vulnerable points during Yuletide seasons. In a statement, the spokesman for the Secret Service, Peter Afunaya, reveals that the planned attacks are to be carried out through the use of explosives, suicide bombing, and other dangerous weapons. He explains that the objective is to create a general sense of fear among the people and subsequently undermine the government. For this reason, he calls on citizens to be extra vigilant and report strange and suspicious movements and to security and law enforcement agencies. The spokesman then said the service is collaborating with other sister agencies to ensure that adequate measures are put in place for protection of lives and property. The Nigerian Governors Forum has expressed total support for Governor Bello Matawalle of Zamfara State in his commitment towards ending banditry and kidnapping in the Northwest Zone. Leading a 4-man delegation to the governor's Abuja residence, Ekiti State Governor Kayode Fayemi, who doubles as the chairman of the forum, commended Governor Matawalle for his continued fight against criminalities in Zamfara State. and the Northwest at large. The NGF also commiserated with the government and people of Zamfara over the lives lost in the state as a result of activities of armed bandits. Talks between the federal government and striking university teachers are underway in Abuja. Both parties are now comparing notes in the aftermath of last week's meeting, with a view to reaching a consensus. The Minister of Labour and Employment, Chris Ngige, is hopeful the gates of Nigerian universities will be thrown open in January 2021. He said the government already met about 98% of the lecturers' demands. He expresses confidence that Tuesday's meeting will serve as the icing on the cake for ASU to call off its 9-month-old strike. ASU President Biodun Ogunyemi is also optimistic the meeting will achieve the desired result. The coronavirus has landed in Antarctica, the last continent free from COVID-19. Chile's military said this week as health and army officials scrambled to clear out and quarantine staff from a remote research station surrounded by ocean and icebergs. Chile's armed forces said at least 36 people had been infected at its Bernardo O'Higgins base, including 26 army personnel and 10 civilian contractors conducting maintenance at the base. The permanently staffed research station, operated by Chile's army, lies near the tip of the peninsula in the northernmost Antarctica, overlooking a bay often dotted with icebergs. Chile's Navy reported it too had detected 3 cases of COVID-19 among 208 crew members of a ship that had sailed in the Antarctic region between November 27th and December 10th. Welcome back. It's about time to take a quick gander at what's happening on the covers of the newspapers this morning. Going to be starting with the Guardian newspaper today, and the major headline here says 43 vessels stuck in Lagos waters. As port congestion worsens, cost of shipping containers rise 600%. Freight forwarders blame stoppage of container stripping, barge operations, and 44 ships expected in Lagos in December. Just under the masthead there says again, gunmen reportedly kidnap 17 in Katsina. Buhari extends COVID-19 panel's mandate to March. DSS alerts Nigerians to planned attack on public places at Christmas. Olu of Warri indisposed, not dead, palace insists. Right at the bottom here, it outs as Buhari hinges revenue, job creation on gas sector. Over $14.5 billion gas projects in 2020. And the schemes to end gas flaring, unlock economic potentials as stakeholders fear lack of government commitment, non-private sector involvement, and others may scuttle efforts. We have on the cover of The Guardian. I have the Nigerian Tribune here. Now, why Nigeria can't ban flights from the UK, according to the federal government here. Page 4 has more on this. It also says, no fresh lockdown. Nigeria's health system can't survive another outbreak, say the PTF. Just above the masthead there, gunmen strike in Kano, Kaduna, kill 8, kidnap 5, female worker abducted in Ibadan. Nigeria-Niger border can only be effectively supervised by God, says Buhari there. And let's see what else we have. A plot by suicide bombers to strike during Yuletide uncovered by DSS. And Nigeria at risk of becoming a failed state, according to the Financial Times. Malibu Oil, federal government Shell Ajib lose bid to stop hearing of Abacha suit. And let's see, let me wrap it with this. Police can't confirm abduction of passengers on Bini Auchi Road. That's the Nigerian Tribune. On the Daily Sun now, we have this one. It says, insecurity. They're frustrated, tired, say governors. Vow never to give up in fight against criminals. Apparently, only PDP means well for Nigerians, according to Wike. Page 27 has more on that story. Borders may be shut again, presidency warns. Residents protest Barricade Road as customs kills 3, injures many in Ogun. Nigeria on brink of failing, a London Financial Times says there. And I'll wrap with this. It says, Christmas, NCDC launches Celebrate Responsibly campaign. Let's see what else we have here. The Nation newspaper has this headline: Federal government intensifies push for COVID-19 vaccine. Ministers say there will be no lockdown. Travel ban not likely. Right at the top, the third bridge, Los Badon Road to close. Goodness me, not again. It says the passengers of Abuja-bound bus abducted in Edo. Moving to the bottom of the photo story, the varsity teachers get 2-month salary arrears, and capital market puts public offers online. And I believe, okay, we have the Punch here. It says, Buhari under fire, says only God police Niger border. Statement from Buhari, Commander-in-Chief, shocking the APP. President using God as cover-up for his failure, say Northern can. And comments signified loss of control, height of waywardness, say Ohaneze Afenifere. Terrorist attacking Lagos Force officials, 96 motorcycles seized. And that's what we have on the cover of the Punch. Not sure if we have time for Independent. Let's see, oversight function fuels corruption in MDAs. Affected MDAs should speak out, says Serap. Fenifere, NCF, Ubani, slam lawmakers. And despite new COVID-19 strain, federal government soft pedals on travel ban. That's what we have on the cover of the Daily Independent. And indeed, all we have time for on the headlines in the dailies. We have a few tips that you might not have known about. Stay tuned.
Accept your vulnerability. It's funny how everything we're talking about
It's
today
linked.
is just
Yeah.
kind of linked.
Yeah. Speaking of being vulnerable, I know a lot of kids must have, we just started talking about it earlier. A lot of kids must feel very vulnerable at home when they're going home with their results. And they're wondering whether to show mommy or daddy first.
Daddy first, yeah.
Which one do you give first? Which one will soft pedal you? Which one will hammer you? And I felt that pressure as a child, actually, because I have a cousin. Well, she's actually my aunt, my mom's youngest sister.
Who was always coming first?
She's always coming first, always top of her class. Even right now, she has like an amazing job, and she's like, oh, so successful. And she's just a few years older than me.
Oh, okay.
And I always felt that, she doesn't have two heads now. That thing, does she have two heads? No, she doesn't.
Yeah.
It always used to come up. But thankfully, I was able to just manage that, even though my results were basically average.
You actually just reminded me of medical school. I remember when I did medicine for 3 years, into the 4th year, first semester, and that was when it occurred to me that, oh, okay, this is not what I actually really want to do, and then I switched to biochemistry.
Wow.
And at the time I switched to biochemistry to 100 level, I did woefully.
Wow.
Wow.
Really?
And to think that biochemistry was one of the courses that I did as a medical student, I was woeful. And I hid my results. I didn't tell my parents. I didn't switch to biochemistry at the time.
Wow.
Till I was in 300 level biochemistry.
Wow.
That was when I told my dad. And then when he asked to see my results, he was appalled.
Oh, wow.
He was like, you even did better. But you see, final year.
Yeah.
But as if he said, you were made for this course.
Okay.
And it was amazing at how everything changed. That switch. So I guess it actually what happened was it was not a mental thing for me. That switch, because being a medical student, or even being an academic, sometimes you're under so much pressure. Your parents put you under so much pressure, you cannot handle it. And, it takes a lot of courage to actually, go up to your parents and say, Mom, Dad, I'm going through this. And because parents are often overwhelmed, with so much, they, do not acknowledge that pain that you as a child.
Is it the money they're paying? Is it the money they're paying?
It could be the money.
It could be. But mine was different because growing up with my grandparents, everybody was very academic and I was very social. So my grandparents,
Don't we know it?
they weren't so short. But the thing was, I always did well in school. So my granddad was more like, how are your grades? He never wanted to see them. How are they? And then I think because I was always first. Yes, Jam, I was hired to my school. But when I got to university, he was concerned because I was always traveling for beauty pageants. And then when I finished school, I'm like, oh, I want to go to a broadcasting school in the UK. And it was just more like, and see.
Someone that will come in first.
Do you understand? Like, don't you want to do something serious? But they were very supportive because it was more like, you're from a different generation. And my grandma always wanted to see life through my eyes. So it was more like, okay, is this what people your age are doing now? Okay, let's see. So it was more of support and let's experience life with you versus what is to do for my brother. You will read, lesson teacher, it's not like he wasn't doing well. But that thing of you are the son, you will read. And then me, it's
also.
more like, okay, let's see.
Yeah, still a
Explore life,
girl, yeah.
That's
What do you want
also
to
a
do?
lot of pressure, though. Your sex, you know,
Yeah.
whether you're a boy or a girl.
Yeah, yes.
You
That's
know,
so
for
many
me,
siblings, though.
I have 3 sisters.
Okay.
And because of that, there was always this slight pressure. I'm using the word slight
Slight, okay.
because you have this, oh, you're the oldest, you have to be, in quotes, perfect so that your siblings can look up to you.
Yeah, 'cause you're like a role model.
Because I'm supposed to be a role model.
Yeah.
Note, I'm using supposed to, forgetting that I'm also as human as
they are.
the rest of them. So for me, growing up was a little challenging. Yes, I could try to be the best, but
Yeah.
and that's part of why I don't rate myself as, looks, because it costs a bit of rancor between myself and my immediate younger. So she felt I was getting things too easy because of my looks. And she's very pretty too, but she felt people always looked at her as the dark-skinned version of Mary.
Wow.
So she focused a lot on trying to always beat me. When I do better than her, she used to take it personal.
Wow.
And all. And it went like that for several years growing up. So I just think sometimes it's not even just about the parents, but also sibling
pressure.
rivalry as well.
Yes, sibling pressure.
So
That goes along with actually say, we are going to have that conversation about complexion
Yes.
some other time.
Yes, we should. We should.
But at this point, we have quite a lot coming your way right here on the show. We have to take a quick break and be right back. Welcome back, everyone. Now, you know we love to give you nice recipes in the kitchen. For this reason, we've invited Helen Essien, the factory director of Mr. Choco, to our kitchen. Now, she's going to be talking to us about the chocolatey and peanutty goodness that is Mr. Choco. Ladies, aren't you excited to see chocolates displayed like
I'm
this?
actually very excited that there's a Mr. and there's a sister.
Yes, Sister Choco,
Yes,
Mr. Choco.
Exactly.
Okay, fantastic.
Exactly.
So I'm
So,
definitely going to sister.
which one is Mr., which one is sister?
Sister, yes. This is the sister.
Okay.
Oh, there's even a lady.
All right.
on it.
Hold still.
Very cute.
Ooh.
Isn't she? Yeah, it's sporty.
This
is the Mister. Oh,
So let's
nice.
take it from the top. Tell us about the product.
Yeah.
Okay. Mr. Choco and Sister Choco is an affordable peanut chocolate spread.
Okay.
It is currently distributed in sachets, as we can see.
Okay.
The jars are soon coming. The product is locally produced.
Wow. Nice.
It is locally produced. It is locally sourced. And the ingredients, it consists 100% natural ingredients.
Wow.
When you talk about the peanuts, the cocoa powder, the milk powder, and the sugar. So that's
So
just
as a parent, your head is already like,
Exactly.
Yes.
so
Options
that
for
is
the
it.
kids.
It is healthy.
So what makes it different from, other, peanutty, chocolatey
Chocolate brands.
brands out
Yeah.
there?
The multi-purpose use of it.
Okay.
Number 1. Then number 2, it is a fun brand. Number 3, it is very affordable. Number 4, it is easy to transport, so you don't need. You can see our pouches. When you see our pouches, it's very portable, so you can take as many as possible.
Does it need refrigeration once it's opened?
That is why it is multi-purpose.
Okay.
So you
So
don't need a fridge.
once you open, it's very. It's not really much. It's just open and consume. But when the jar comes, you can put that in the refrigerator. And for this, if you want to have, it's like a candy, like a chocolate bar. You can put it in the freezer and it's frozen up. You open it and you just. All you need to do is to chew.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
give us the variety of meals that you can have it with.
Yeah.
Yeah, and show us at the same time.
Yeah. Mr. Choco peanut chocolate spread
Yeah.
is versatile.
Okay.
You can use it on your bread, as you can see here. I'm going
As
to
a spread.
Yes, as a spread. I'm going to
Okay.
do some wonderful breakfast with you. We
Talk
have
about it,
ice cream here.
You can have it with ice cream.
Yeah, you can have it
Ice
with
cream.
ice cream. So just
I
go
wanna see
into
that.
your ice cream as your toppings.
So
Just
imagine serving this yesterday for your
Oh
actual
my
party.
So you can put as much as
It
you
looks
want
so
to.
smooth.
Yeah. Then we have our biscuit here.
Okay. So these
Because
are like,
one of our mission is to transform the snacking experience of the Nigerian population.
okay.
With our peanut chocolate, yeah, it's gonna be a spread on it.
Okay. So you just
You know,
you
I
can
was
try-
actually thinking inventive because I was like, why don't I just break this biscuit and dip it in that ice cream with the chocolate? Like,
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly
That's
what
why
my
our
mind
brand is fun to play with. You can do anything you want to do with
The
it.
kids are absolutely going to love that.
Yeah,
How
they
do
are.
I feel like
Oh, they're
kids.
going to love that.
You can even dip it in their bags and they take it to their school and just
yeah.
snack
And just
it.
snack on it.
Yeah, they are just snack. The
You know
straightforward
what
way.
caught my eye the first time I saw this? I'll be very honest with you. 50 naira.
Exactly.
I was like,
written
I
there.
can buy this for 50 naira.
Yes.
You have me already.
I'm
We're
curious.
very, very budget friendly around here.
Okay. I'm curious with the difference between Mr.
and-
Choco
yes.
and Sister Choco.
Yes.
The difference is not something serious. They are just best of friends. Okay. We just had the idea of, okay, this is exactly for the children. We want to get the attention of the children. We want the kids to just feel like, oh, I'm the sister. Just like she was so excited. It's just put the excitement in the hair and to make people to like.
So when you have a son and a daughter,
you say Mr. Choco.
I'm taking my Mr. Choco.
Yeah.
Mr. Choco.
Yeah. Exactly.
So wait, you know we've been waiting for you to cut this bread. We've been waiting. I've been holding on for that bread.
Please, let me leave the biscuit for
so
now.
I'm a fan of, I bake cakes a lot, and I thought of, spreading this on cupcakes. Do you think it'll work?
It would.
Bakers have a new companion.
Okay.
For bakers, this is your new companion, Mr. and Sister Choco.
Right.
They can use it for bakings, for all type of pastries. They can even use it for toppings, as in the pastries that they do, they will tuck some things in. You can use it
like donuts.
Yeah, it's like donuts. We have donuts here. Like for this bread, you can naturally slice it up.
Okay.
Wow.
So is it, some products you have 70% chocolate, 30% peanut butter.
What's the
Is it
percentage?
half and half or?
I'm going to leave that for you to be the judge.
When we taste it.
I'm preparing this paper for you. So you have to taste it and you have to give me after the judge. That's when you let me know if I like it. That's when we can help them. People actually worried about the sugar level.
Oh, okay.
And we are very sure that the sugar level is not something that is going to cause any health issues. Because we are very particular about the health of our people, So we're just going to have a test of this breakfast and you'll be the judge.
Everybody's going to
taste.
Who tries what?
But everybody is watching.
Let me help you guys with starting.
Mary, why did you take what I was targeting?
I'm eager to know. I'm eager to, taste the, the smooth. Is it smooth or does it, have
You mentioned that it could be put in tea.
Yes.
How does it go from creamy to
texture?
It freezes as soon as it gets into the...
It freezes there and it becomes so... You can just chew it with the chocolate, with the ice cream.
So it doesn't melt in?
It's not melting on the ice cream. But it's not a hot tea. Once you get your hot water heated up, you put it inside and it melts. It becomes a hot tea.
There's
you can
a
take
lot
it like
of
that.
peanuts in it.
Oh, there is.
There's a lot of peanuts in it. I was asking about the consistency.
Yeah.
There's actually a lot of peanuts in it. You can taste the peanut, but it's not overpowering the chocolate.
Okay.
Wow.
Nice.
So a lot of us ladies are always worried about calories,
How
many of these a week are we allowed to eat now? Because I've seen that whole strip and my mind has finished everything. How many, how's the calorie? Right then.
It's very healthy.
Nice. And I like the fact that it's quite handy. You could just, toss this in your bag.
Okay, let me.
So I'm like, you guys are still waiting to pick up something. There's
it's
biscuits in
a bit
front
far
of you.
from me.
Sorry, I'm going to pass it on.
I love this.
I'm going to pass it on now.
I would like to know what it tastes like, with the
calcium,
biscuits. Can I have the
vitamins,
nice
and protein. I like that tag right there. Calcium.
Nice.
I'm tasting one of the Sister Choco.
Oh, I like the spread here, guys.
Spreading easy,
Look
yeah?
at that, yeah.
Really easy?
Yeah.
So
And
this
it's really
is what-
soft on the hand.
So this is what I used to do in school, and I'm
Really
going to do
nice.
what we used to do in school. Are we allowed to do this? We're allowed to do this, right?
You
We're allowed to-
reminded me of
Straight
a
up.
particular- Well, I just thought of something. For it to have solidified in my ice cream doesn't mean that it can even be a candy for children. Just put it in the freezer and they take it like candy to school.
Exactly. I mentioned it before. You can have it back. You just put it in the fridge, it becomes very stiff, very strong. You open it up and you just cut and chew like that.
Nice. This tastes really nice.
Donuts.
Thank you.
Not spread the
All right.
donuts.
Here you go.
Thank you.
This is
All
really
right.
nice. Very, very, very nice.
All in all, very smooth, quite an impressive
So
turn.
what would you say? What would you say the balance, the taste? You feel more of the peanut, right?
So when you put it in your mouth, the first thing you taste is the peanut.
It's the peanuts.
Then as you go along, the chocolate then takes over. And then when you're finishing the consuming, you taste both.
Yeah.
So the first taste that hits you is the peanut.
So I like the fact that when I put it in my mouth, it melts. It has that soft feel on the tongue, which I love very much.
I noted that it's not too sugary. I was worried about that. I have to be
Yeah,
honest. I was
yeah.
concerned about the sugar. Because when my kids take sugar, they start running around me in circles. So I was worried about it. But I think it's quite balanced. I think adults and kids will really love this.
Yeah.
That's why I said I will leave that for you to be the judge.
Okay, so we can't just let you go like that without us knowing how we can get more of your product.
Exactly.
So where is Mr. Choco located and how can we get more of this? And
Mr.
Sister
Choco We are located in Lekki Free Zone, at the Lekki Free Zone in Bejuleki.
Okay.
That's where we have our office. That's where the new oven is. So if you come to our factory, there's a lot of fun. We work with fun. We play. We work with fun. Our walls are very colorful. We like colors. So I will use this opportunity to invite you to join us in our factory one of these days. I would really like to host you there.
Chocolate factory.
Yeah. We're going to buy the chocolate.
Yeah, so I can't wait to see how it's made.
Then,
Is it readily available at stores now?
Yeah.
very, 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 very. We are trying our best, as we know Lagos is very huge, and for startup.
Thank you so much.
We are doing our best, so you can see us on the shelves, on the stores, markets. We are in Lagos, all over.
That's
the stores,
exactly what we needed to hear.
We are in
It's
Ibadan.
available everywhere.
We are in Ibadan, we are in Shagamu, we are in Anambra, Kanu, everywhere. For those of us that want to partner with us to be the distributors, you can reach us on all our social
worry,
media.
Thank
Mary
you
is a
so much.
distributor. We
Thank you
are
so
going
much.
to
You
be
reach us.
wrapping up this segment at this point.
1 minute.
Taking a bite because we have to go for a quick break. But don't worry, Mr. Choco is not breathing.
Exactly.
We're right here with you. Stay right there. Wake Up Nigeria continues after this.
Next up, we have something interesting happening in the kitchen. You know, there's no Wake Up Nigeria without breakfast. So, who do we have and what are we eating this morning?
Thank you very much, Tokwe. Who bone straight help? All right, welcome to the kitchen, guys. With me this morning is Chef Blossom.
Hey everyone. Good
Hi.
morning.
Good morning. How you doing?
Very well, thank you.
Okay. So this morning she's here to blossom. So let's talk about the ingredients we're working with.
All right. Here we have our unripe plantain.
Okay.
Also the unripe plantain. Then we have a mix
Of ripe
ripe
plantain
and
here.
unripe just to sweeten it a bit.
Yeah.
Then we have our cow skin. Also we have
That's bomo.
Yes. So we have our
Shredded
onions. This is the spice I like to use.
Okay.
Paprika spice. Then we have our smoked
Fish.
Titus fish.
Okay.
We have our scent leaf, our palm oil, of course. Then we have our blended pepper, a mixture of yellow pepper and the habanero pepper.
Oh, there's something that yellow pepper does.
Those two,
to
yeah,
your
it has its
food.
flavor. Yes, yes.
Nice.
So yeah, I like to garnish with the red bell pepper. And this is our seasoning, and also we have our crayfish, blended crayfish, and then our salt to taste.
All right, fantastic. Okay, great stuff happening here in the kitchen, guys. If you're just joining us this morning, we have Chef Blossom here with us, and this morning she'll be making plantain porridge. Just in case you missed out on the ingredients, they are right there on your screen. Now let's get cooking, Chef Blossom. How do we start up this beautiful meal?
All right, what we have, as you can see, our hot water in the pot,
Okay.
boiling already.
Okay.
I like to have it heated, so you get your plantain. You know, it's not really good to cook with very cold water. This heat doesn't really give it this.
Okay.
So yes, I would just put in the plantain now.
Okay.
So water is a bit heated.
Okay. So we're just going to heat up our water a bit,
bit,
and
yes.
then
Thank
put
you.
in our plantain.
Yes.
Okay. All right, guys. So if you're just joining us this morning, we're making plantain porridge, and for our plantain porridge, we're having a mix of unripe plantain and ripe plantain.
Yes.
But the unripe plantain, the quantity of the unripe plantain is more than the ripe plantain. So the essence of the ripe plantain here is to just give it, that sweet taste. It doesn't take away from the, or the taste that the unripe plantain has.
Yes,
It's just that added taste that's going to give to our milk this morning. And we're also making use of smoked fish. I love smoked fish.
It's very good flavor.
Yes, it does. It does. Nice. All right. So when our plantain is ready, what's next? I mean, at what point do we start to, tossing the other ingredients?
Okay, we'll allow it to boil.
Okay.
Then we'll put our onions.
Okay.
Onions helps your plantain get soft very fast.
Oh,
Softens
okay.
it.
Okay.
So
I'll try that trick. So that's a hack for you today. No today on Wake Up Nigeria that Chef Blossom taught you this hack where you put in your onions, your shredded onions in your plantain, and they help to soften it quicker. That also helps with beans. We're cooking
Yes,
beans.
it's
When
almost
beans
the same
cook
way, yeah,
faster
fast, yes.
and get softer quickly. You put in onions.
So we have
whether
it
you have
already.
sliced or shredded, they work either way.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'll just close the pot. now.
Okay, and let all
And
that
let it
work.
boil.
Fantastic. All right, so tell us a little bit about you, Chef Blossom. What do you do? I know you're a chef. I mean, but how do you run your business, and
Okay,
how lucrative is it?
Okay, Blossom Spot is very new.
Okay.
Very new in the market, and we have an online presence
Oh, nice.
with an IG Blossom Spot.
Okay.
So I started in July
Okay.
this year,
Okay.
and after the pandemic, I studied French.
Oh,
Yes.
French to cooking. Wow. Stay with us.
All right.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
See me feeling like I have kids somewhere in the background.
About to wrap.
It's a brand new hour, and we will be bringing you more entertainment. Switch it up to the rap for the next 45 minutes.
Yeah. Mornings are a big deal to us because even though we rise just ahead of the sun, we take joy. You know what? Let me just give it up.
Titi! So it's you!
I'm wearing a wig and heels. I cannot be rapping like
amazing.
that. We take joy in being right here for you because we want to be right there when you wake up. You know, when you put on your screen, we want to be right there for you, right there in your face. Your favorite breakfast show is right here.
And we are a very special show, right?
Yes, sir.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We raise the bar for ourselves on Wednesdays. Yes, because that's when we not only bring you 1, 2, 3, but 4 ladies.
Woo-hoo! MM has been in the kitchen, standing by with the chef.
Yes, I have.
Yes, sir.
And Chef Blossom is here with me, and we are making plantain porridge.
Right.
I love plantain. You will love this.
I'm just loving that your talk, Sha. And you know what? We get that to have the most fun as we bring you the right mix of content for you to enjoy.
Yes, sir. And of course, today, once again, this morning, let's remind you that Christmas is just 2 days away. Have you done your shopping yet? Are you ready? Are you set? Do you realize how close Christmas is?
Christmas is even as good as tomorrow because tomorrow is Eve.
Yeah, Christmas.
So there's Christmas before the Eve.
So make sure you get all those things done today, and well, hopefully that's put a smile on your face, not giving you anxiety. It's a time of possibilities.
Yes.
We're going to be giving, especially right here on Wake Up Nigeria. We're going to be doing a lot of giving. Just make sure you stay on our social media pages. Make sure you use our hashtag Wake Up Nigeria on TVC so that you know exactly what's going on. But there's still so much more to come, right?
Yes, that's right. So plenty of good cheer. My name is Mary Bashua Alimi.
And I'm Titi Laya Oyin. So make sure you stream the show live if you have to move around. TVCentertainment.tv is the website. And of course on Facebook, we're live at TVC Connect.
You can also send in your comments on all our social media handles using the hashtag Wake Up Nigeria on TVC. Remember, it's at TVC Connect. Download our magical app on App Store. That's for Play Store for Android users, and of course the iOS Store. And have unlimited access to our shows, like all of them.
So I find myself really looking forward to today's musical performance. It's going to be coming from vocalist and Afro soul pop singer Iyabo.
There's something that music does.
So there's something that
It
praise
feeds
does,
it.
yeah.
I was having a conversation this morning about, we're listening to gospel music because it's a gospel channel station we listen to in the mornings. And then we're talking about how when you listen to a good music, you know that, you know the work that went into it.
Yeah.
It's there.
Yeah.
It's in the construction, it's in the detail. You can tell when you listen in the lyrics.
I mean, at that point, it goes,
And the voice sings.
Oh my
Then, so let me
gosh.
give you one. People don't laugh too much, but just laugh small. So in university, when I was in university, we had this. I finished from ABU, so ABU Idols, and at some point I thought I was gonna have a singing career. I said laugh small.
Okay, we'll talk about it.
And then Praise was one of the judges.
Oh, wow.
Kind of like didn't do so well, but I came second.
So you know this thing you said about having a career in music?
What?
Okay, let me not say
Emma wanted a career.
Okay, so no, she did not.
Amen.
Christmas is 2 days away.
Yes.
What's the plan?
I want to.
What are you doing?
So I have like a lineup of events. You know, last year was Dirty December, so this is quite clean.
It has to be clean. You people are still making us sanitize.
Sanitize December, yeah. I plan to have my first Christmas by myself.
Oh.
Adulting sucks. So this is the first time. Yes, the first time I'm not spending Christmas with my family.
Oh.
So yeah.
Don't worry, you'll have.
You want to come to my house?
Yeah. Okay, so we always
GM.
barbecue. We always barbecue. You know, and I always invite everybody,
Titi's
and then nobody actually shows.
Don't worry, don't invite
Titi
me.
is
Now
just
that
calling
I've
us
said-
out.
I'm calling you out. For the past 2 years, I've invited people to grill.
Yeah.
But but my birthday gift this year was actually an actual full grill.
Okay.
Actually, you know, I used to use a manual one, but now everything with all the KKK, everything's there.
Nice.
Okay.
The flames and all the gang, everything's
shit.
And
there.
that was what Uncle gave us for
my
birthday.
birthday gift.
What is it, us?
Yes.
Auntie, it's not you.
Did you see us?
Yeah. So it's there. If you want chicken, you can come.
We
I
shall
don't
be
know.
there.
If you
But
don't
I mean,
want, it's fine. I can eat
after
it.
Christmas, what are your plans? Any events?
No, you've not asked about Christmas.
Oh yes, Christmas.
Christmas plans. So I haven't decorated yet,
Oh,
which is
wow.
very, very unlikely, and that's because my interior designer is just trying to be.
I see you're using interior
funny.
designer for
You don't know, Emmet.
Yes. Yes.
You are
So
high
we are
maintenance.
kind of like remodeling the house.
Hey.
She was supposed to, come through
God, when?
earlier
You know
last
what? Let's
week.
continue this conversation.
So,
Yeah.
I don't have any plans yet.
It's about time for us to take news update right here on Wake Up Nigeria. The Department for State Services says some criminals are planning to carry out violent attacks on public places, including key and vulnerable points during the Yuletide season. In a statement, the spokesman for the Secret Service, Peter Afunaya, reveals that the planned attacks are to be carried out through the use of explosives, suicide bombing, and other dangerous weapons. He explains that the objective is to create a general sense of fear among the people and subsequently undermine government. For this reason, he calls on citizens to be extra vigilant and report strange and suspicious movement to security and law enforcement agencies. The spokesman says the service is collaborating with other sister agencies to ensure that adequate measures are put in place for protection of lives and property. The Nigerian Governors Forum has expressed total support for Governor Bello Matawalle of Zamfara State in his commitment towards ending banditry and kidnapping in the Northwest Zone. Leading a four-man delegation to the governor's Abuja residence, Ekiti State Governor Kayode Fayemi, who doubles as the chairman of the forum, commended Governor Matawalle for his continued fight against criminalities in Zamfara and the Northwest at large. The NGF also commiserated with the government and people of Zamfara State over the lives lost in the state as a result of the activities of armed bandits. The talks between the federal government and striking university teachers are underway in Abuja. Both parties are now comparing notes in the aftermath of last week's meeting with a view to reaching a consensus. The Minister of Labour and Employment, Chris Ngige, is hopeful the gates of Nigerian universities will be thrown open once again in January 2021. He said the government already met about 98% of the lecturers' demands. He expresses confidence that Tuesday's meeting will serve as the icing on the cake for ASU to call off its 9-month-old strike. ASU President Biodun Ogunyemi is also optimistic that the meeting will achieve its desired result. And that's all we have time for on the news for this morning. We're heading straight into the kitchen to find out what's happening.
Yes, we're still here in the kitchen, and of course I've got Chef Blossom with me. And this morning we are making plantain porridge. So we'll run through the ingredients quickly and then we get cooking. So let's talk about the ingredients quickly.
All right.
The ingredients for our plantain porridge.
Okay.
And they are right there on your screen, so I'll just quickly run through them. So we have our crayfish, we have our seasoning cubes, salt, palm oil, vegetable, and we're using scent leaf, right? Yes, we have our fresh pepper, we have pomo, smoked Titus, paprika. Nice. Yes, I love paprika. And we have our blended pepper. And right here, our ripe plantain is cooking already. So what's next, Blossom? So earlier on, we put in shredded onions in it to, soften the plantain.
And to enable it to get done faster.
Quicker. Great. So now what's next?
All right, so we're going to put in our pepper.
Okay. A blended pepper.
Yes.
So I'm actually trying to figure out the rolled paprika here in this dish. What's the rolled paprika? I've never used paprika in this context.
Different chefs.
Yeah.
So I just like the taste of the spice it gives to my food.
Okay.
It's just to spicing it up.
Okay.
So now we have our pepper in there. We're going to add our cow skin.
I like pomo.
Obtain the cow skin now so it gets cooked.
Yeah, so
properly.
it gets cooked with the plantain.
Properly, yes.
Nice. I mean, this is a good way to add a little more spice to your weekly food timetable. I mean, I know rice. Come on, guys. Sometimes, I know we all used to write plantain, yes. But sometimes we could always eat healthy. There are a lot of health benefits that the unripe plantain gives. Yes. So what's next?
So I'm going to put in my crayfish. Then the crayfish.
Yeah. So I know this is a very easy meal. Plantain porridge is so easy to make. All you just need are the basic ingredients and then you'll go to school. It's like cooking beans.
Yes.
Yeah, but that also depends on how you make your beans. Yeah.
So now I'm going to put in my paprika.
Okay, nice.
But personally, not really conversant with paprika.
I don't, to be honest. I don't understand the role of paprika in your meal, but I know that it also has amazing health benefits.
Because most things you use it for just jollof rice. It's just to spice the meal.
Your meal.
Yes.
Okay. Great. So at what point does the fish go in and our pepper?
I'm going to let it boil.
Okay.
So it doesn't get too soft.
Okay.
I'm going to cover it now.
All right.
Let it boil.
So for your smoked fish, you can use shredded beef. You can use
Shredded chicken.
panla.
Yes,
you can use
depends on
chicken.
what you want.
Depends on how you want to. And you could even make this on Christmas Day. Just something different. It could be your main dish, or it could just be one of those dishes that you make to spice up your Christmas. Something different. Not every time jollof rice. Even though sometimes we like our, that firewood jollof rice, we crave it. But, who says we can't have plantain porridge as well? All right, still so much happening here on the show, guys. With me in the kitchen is Chef Blossom, and we are making plantain porridge. Yes, so if you've caught up on the recipe, on the ingredients, we can run through it again, just so that you have an idea. We are working with pepper, smoked fish. You can use panla. You can use, we have pomo in there. We have our seasoning cubes. We have set leaf, which we'll be using. You can also use usuza leaf. Usuza has certain
use
whatever.
ugu leaf too.
Yeah, but we have to go now. All right, there's still so much more on the show, guys. Stay with us.
We are about to have a musical performance, and that will be coming from vocalist and Afro soul pop singer Iyabo Sharon Chukwueke, professionally known as Iyabo. And I'd like her to step in. Great to have you here, Iyabo. Wow, you look great. I wonder, what are you performing for us this morning?
I'll be performing my latest single titled Nana.
Nana.
Yes.
What's the story behind Nana?
It's just a simple love song from so many experiences.
Wow. A love song about so many experiences.
Yes.
So have you ever been heartbroken?
Yeah, who hasn't?
Well, some of us go through life without heartbreak. So there are people who haven't. So I was thinking, okay, you're just thinking about your fortune when it comes to love. All right, so I'd like you to give us your performance.
All right, let's do this.
Amazing, amazing. Thank you so much, Iyabo. That was such a soothing music for this morning. Moving on, we have Idowu Tequila. And now I'm really interested in today's topic, for we know you as an individual who helps people with the intricate knots of relationship.
Yes.
And today we will be discussing what to do after asking, what ladies should do after asking men out on a date. And before we came on I and Idowu Sahila have been talking, and Idowu Sahila is telling me that she's on the guy's side, that the guys should do the asking out. So we're already beefing here because this is what the 21st century. You can ask a guy out, right? So play your devil's advocate. Good morning. Good to have you here.
Thank you so much, Choco. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Yeah, so I'm going to play the devil's advocate. Okay. A girl can ask a guy out.
But
Why do you think there's a but?
well, because we did have a conversation.
Okay. So here's the thing, right? There's this song way back when I was growing up says, I'm a 90s girl. Yeah, so we're not in the 90s anymore. I mean, this is the 21st century. We're rounding up the 21st century. Yeah, so it's okay. One of two things. You're probably asking the guy out because you're bold, you know, and the guy's like the bold girls. Or he's taking too long and you want to help him, you know, because he knows he likes you, you know you like him, but he's not saying anything. He's taking forever, so you decided to help him.
Yeah.
Yes, and that's awesome. But
Okay.
here's the thing. When you ask a guy out, you kind of take the wind out of his sails because guys are wired to chase and girls are wired to sit pretty and be chased. Yes. So the guy is flattered. Guys, if she asks you out, be flattered, okay? The guys will be flattered initially. But then because you have taken the game away from them, they now become the hunted, the prey. That's not the word now. They become the chasey. That sounds nicer, right? So
Yes, nicer.
not the prey, not the hunted, the chasey. Yeah, and it's not natural for them, you know, because they planned all their lines. They like, you know, those corny lines they
Very
give us.
corny.
Yeah, like heaven must be missing an angel, you know, and all that. Or your dad must be the Secretary of Defense because you're the boss. We know it's crap. we know it's crap. But we like to hear it. We like to hear it.
But-
So you don't give them the chance to do that
But
anymore.
you know that now in this generation, there are a lot of guys who don't mind. I mean, just the same way you would say, see a guy who doesn't mind dating a lady much older than he is. It's the same way you see a guy that doesn't mind a girl asking him out. Because even these days, girls, you're not asking out because you want to ask out. You just really want to know where this guy's head is at.
Okay, awesome. So let's say you ask a guy out for a date. It's a date.
Yeah.
It's not marry me.
Okay.
You're not better and say please marry me.
Oh.
It's a date. So go ahead. You know, I want to hang out. You know, let's go hang out. Let's go do movies or whatever. He may pick the tab, he may not.
Yeah.
You know, and it's cool. Okay, it's a date. So you can go ahead, be friends, know where his head is at,
Yeah.
like you said. You know, but guys, if I'm speaking your language, tell me. You know, you've asked him out. He's flattered. Yeah, but then the question now is, who's leading, who's chasing? You know, there are different ways to get the guy to notice you or get him to ask you on a date, not actually ask him.
How?
Great. So in real estate, you hear location, location, location.
Okay.
Well, in this case, it's position, position, position.
Hallelujah.
Yeah. Yeah, so position
Okay.
yourself. So you can get him to do the asking without outrightly asking.
Please help them,
Actually,
sisters.
yes, I'm not saying the twins should be out there all the time, and you know what I mean by the twins. You know, they don't always have to be out there. You don't have to bet too much skin. You know, but you can send the right signals, and he will get it.
Okay.
There's eye contact. So let me give you a great story that may not be too popular.
Okay.
It's about this girl. She likes this guy. The guy likes her. You know, they eventually get married. But guess what? Eventually, he dies.
Okay.
But because, you know, she loves his mom, you know, the mom says, you know, go live your life. You know, my son's dead. There's nothing you're doing here. She says, no, I just love you. Your family, you know, so I can't go back to my family. You are my family. You know, so they migrate. They move to, you know, somewhere else. And like a great mother-in-law, mother-in-laws, like a great mother-in-law, she's trying to hook the daughter up.
Okay.
Yeah, so girls, there's this guy, this chap, everybody knows this guy. He's loaded, he's a good guy.
Okay.
You know, he's everything.
But-
You know, and girls are dancing around him. You know, but the mother-in-law tells the girl, don't dance around him. Position yourself. Yes, so there's a huge party and the girls are, you know, flocking around like they usually do. You know, but then the girl positions herself. So
Now,
when
talk about
how
the
did she?
position.
Oh, awesome. So now in the story, everyone goes home and she doesn't get into bed with him. She sleeps at his feet. Yes. So when he wakes up, I mean, he's going to turn. He's going to like, there's what's going on here? No, so she hasn't thrown herself at him, but she's telling him, I'm available. Yeah. So in this climes or in this time, it's like going to a party. you know you can't get his attention because everybody else is there.
Okay.
You can't go home, it's late. Let's forget that there are Ubers and, you know, all of that.
Okay.
So it's late. And as a good girl, you don't want to be going out on, you know, ungodly hours. You're not, you know, red light district girl. You know, so you stay and you say, I'm sorry if this seems inconvenient, but I can't go home now. It's pretty late. Do you mind if I crash on your sofa? And a gentleman will say, you know what? You can crash in the room. I'll take the sofa. Now you see she's got his attention. And then she can have a discussion where there are no crying ears.
So how was
She's not saying anything. She's having a conversation. So if the guy is a sharp guy, he can say, okay. You know, they can see if they make, like we said last week, if they make music together.
Okay,
right?
so let me come from the Nigerian angle. Not like Nigerian.
Okay.
You tell me that it's too late for you to go home, so I want to crash your sofa. I'll be thinking like, oh, this girl is shooting her shot straight. That's what it is.
Well, yeah, but you see, you're not coming out right to say, I like you. So, yeah, you're shooting your shot, but you're doing it subtly. See?
Yeah, but think about it. The guy could also think that you could have left earlier, and you saying you're staying at my house is just so suggestive.
Yeah, you could have left earlier. Yes, true. It is suggestive, true. But that's the plan. It is suggestive. What are you going to do about it, guy? Are you man enough?
Okay. You know, I would have really loved to take more points, but I'm sure we're still going to have you again. But you know what? How about you use the hashtag Wake Up Nigeria on TVC? Tell me if you're going to position yourself by by asking him if you could spend the night at his house on the sofa, or if you are going to go home early.
That's not the only example. Before they say,
no, I'm saying,
crashing in
let's
his
talk
house
about
now.
this one, but then we will have you again. Thank you so much for coming. Wake Up Nigeria continues to not go anywhere.
All right, then. What we're looking forward to on the show today is about to happen.
Yes. And that something is the one and only Praise. That's Praise Adejo. That's his name. Yeah. And Praise is, should we say, an alumni of the Project Fame Academy, having come second runner-up in the first edition of that particular event. And he's been doing quite well for himself, getting signed to Extreme Music almost immediately. And he's been there until recently when he launched his own label. Yeah. Is this cicada or?
Cicada.
Cicada.
So cicada is an insect that makes beautiful noise, especially in the numbers.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Wow. We are praising the fish. I was
great
actually
to have you
like,
back,
you know, this is the kind of time where women need men to sing to them, you know. So, first of all, sing to us, baby. Sing to us. I want to hear that velvety voice. Go ahead.
You know, it sounds nice.
Now, which is you can't sound bad. It's not possible.
It's all jump.
Anything.
I want Folashade. I know Folashade requires a lot of vocals, but gosh, I love that song.
Give us something.
Don't worry, I'll make it easy. Rich and famous. That one.
Make up your mind. Make up your mind.
Under the sky.
Maybe.
Can I have this dance under the sky? Let the world know I am yours. Can I hold your hand as you hold my heart? Forever loving you, forever is done. So you're cold.
So if this is you with a cold, what would we have when you don't have a cold?
You don't know.
Now that song you performed, Under the Sky, it actually brought you some recognition recently.
Yeah.
The Headies nomination.
Yeah, got 3.
3 nominations.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow. 3 nominations.
Shout out to my fans.
The King album was also.
Yes. Under the Sky is off the King album, which I put out on the 16th of December last year. And actually did great numbers. In 3 days, I think 7.1 million streams on Spotify.
Wow.
So I mean, the album actually did good. Wow. You know, had interesting collaborations with the likes of Olamide. Very different. It's a different album. Fino, Wizkid, Burna Boy, Sakoji, so yeah.
I mean, that's a lot of work.
Yeah, it's always a lot of work.
But it feels like it's paying off because you've been in the industry for quite a while now and you're still getting nominations.
Yeah.
Now, not a lot of people can say that. So talk to us about that. How do you feel?
So for me, it's I've always known what I wanted to represent in the industry, regardless of the fact that I also place myself as a very versatile artist. I just made people know that when it comes to R&B, praise his R&B. Like when you're talking about vocals, praise his name has to be there. And over the years, I've worked so hard to ensure that I stamp that on the minds of people. And I'm also very strategic when I put out songs in a year. So I mean, when it's time for the awards, they already know, yo, like,
It just has to be.
it has to be there.
And you know, this actually, you know how they say artists grow.
Yeah.
You also produce music. Many people don't know that many of the songs on the King
I know,
album
right?
was produced by you.
Yeah, I produced for last Saturday. I produced Me and You. I actually produced a lot of songs. On that album.
And it's amazing because that also led to the Cicada, your record label, which was launched in July 2020, right?
Yeah, it was launched July 2020.
But when did it actually start operation?
I would say immediately I made my exit from Extreme Music. I mean, the journey continues. All right. I'll actually use opportunities to give a big shout out to my boss, always my boss, Steve Abeko, who gave me the opportunity and platform. And I was with them for 10 years. And I mean, a boy will always talk to the man, will become a man.
10 years.
So,
Yeah. Okay.
I was going to ask about, your connection to the production aspect.
Yeah.
Do you think that's actually helped your journey along the way?
Before we talk about that connection, let's take a look at Folashade's video. It's currently playing right now.
Oh, yeah.
You actually produced that particular single yourself?
I did.
You have to talk about the connection. I can hear the bass in there.
Guitars,
Were they all live performance music?
No, it was all sequenced.
Always.
Yeah, so I mean, I played drums, I played keys, and it's just an application of the knowledge of the music to production.
So, you know, celebrities, there are celebrities that are making the bucks and living good under the base. And there are celebrities who are making all the buzz, making some money, but having to spend so much because of publicity. Yeah. You happen to fall into the first genre. And so many people don't know that there's actually a Praise Adejo Day in the state of Minnesota. Yes. February 6th every year is Praise Adejo Day in Minnesota in the United States. Yeah. So I wonder, how did that come about?
Well, first, I think it's God's grace. And I mean, people know that I'm one of those modest musicians. And for me, I think about it because I was philanthropic, you know. Everyone who has known me, even from the beginning days when I went into the industry, one of the first things I did from the major money I got was to help a child who was born with a hole in her heart. So, I mean, it's been passed on from my parents. My parents are very philanthropic people, and it's become part of his children. And so for me, doing music, it's my obligation to give back to the society because a lot of people show me love, they buy my music, they support me, they see me high praise. You know, I mean, I can't say thank you to each and every one, you know. So how do I give back to these people is by giving back to the society. So, I mean, wherever I go, I always try to reach out to my African brothers, you know, and just do the little like I do. And funny enough, I didn't know like God was watching, you know, and it happened. For me, it was like a dream, you know, like.
Givers never lack. So you won't lack breakfast today. You've been here since way before 6 o'clock, so we have to reward you.
But you know the good thing, I'm so happy that every time I come, I get to eat.
Yeah, of course. Today will be different.
Welcome to the kitchen, Praise.
Hey,
Hi.
It's nice already.
Yes, please have a sit. And me, I'll bounce to serenade your teaspoon. This is Chef Blossom, and this morning she's made plantain porridge. I hope you like plantain. Oh, I can tell that you do. I can tell that you do. Hopefully you're going to sing a song for us, what? You know.
Maybe so clear voice.
Right?
So what do you want to do first? You want me to sing?
No,
It's first, and then you can now, tell us. Sing it in the music, in the song.
Yeah, sing for me.
You like it?
I don't think we are getting a song after all.
No, I don't.
Oh, please focus.
All right, thank you so much, Chef Blossom. You want to tell us quickly your Instagram handle?
You can follow me on at some sports quickly.
All right.
If I hear it's coming. He's coming.
Sing it. No, he's not singing.
It's under the sky.
But amazingly, maybe we'll get a Christmas carol from him and post it.
No,
on
we
social
definitely
media.
have to.
We're going to carol or two from here. You're not going anywhere.
There's some people who just they just know how to just
What?
hold it. Just beautiful people have a moment.
Well, we're wrapping it up today, but it's been an amazing Wonder Woman Wednesday. It's 2 days to Christmas, everyone.
Yes.
And we're packaging an amazing show for
I'm telling you.
in every single morning from 7 a.m., y'all.
Yes, and of course, many thanks to everyone who has been a part of the show today. Thanks, Chef Blossom. Thank you, Praise. Thanks to every of our guests. Have a great day. Bye.